Greetings. Elder Blacklight. Today we're going to talk about the black woman. We're going to talk about this, open with this sister, Dr. Mumbai, in Africa, reporting on the conditions of how the new world order, or the deep state, or whatever, however you want to say it, Illuminati, how they're trying to move in Africa. Check it out.
Hello and welcome to the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways, fam. In all your ways. And that you are living your best life. Thanks to every single person that has subscribed to the channel. You guys are absolutely amazing. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to like and share the videos, with a wider audience. We do have a few really exciting developments coming very, very soon. We've heard your calls, from our French West Africa and from our Spanish family. We've heard your calls about making the show available, in those languages. So we will be doing something very, very soon. Exciting times ahead for the Dr. Mumbi Show and our goal of waking up Africa. And it's so exciting to see that truly we are awakening at such a rapid rate. Now, a week or so ago, we reported about how some French doctors, on live French TV actually came out and talked about, how they were going to carry out a live vaccine test in Africa. Now, there's been a lot of people who have contacted me about the possibility that those vaccines are already on the continent. There are some politicians from Tanzania who even said they were already in Democratic Republic of Congo or Burundi, or they'd been snuck in through there. I will definitely be doing the research on that. But what we're seeing is that after that story went viral, our people have become so awake and so aware. And in Ivory Coast, actually, protesters raised down a testing center, which they said was basically coming to kill them all, And so these protesters in Ivory Coast raised down a half-built coronavirus testing center. And hundreds of residents in a place called Yapougon, which is in the neighborhood of the capital Abidjan, started pulling down a structure last Sunday. And, they expressed their disapproval at the hospital being built right in the heart of the Ivorian population, which I find very suspicious because according to the residents, they said it wasn't a testing center, but it was actually, a quarantine center. And why would they, or like an isolation, all all these isolation centers have been built. So why would they have an isolation center like right smack down, bam, in the middle of the population? Where everybody is, where there's like hundreds of thousands of people living. I'm glad to see our people are awake. And, they expressed their disapproval at the hospital being built right in the heart of their community. And then the police actually dispersed the youth with tear gas, but they came back the next day. The following day, they came back and they continue to bring that structure down. And that's why I keep saying, you see this police state, this global system of democracy that we've accepted, it means that we have all the New World Order structures ready for them to now just roll out a global agenda. We have their police, we have the army, we have, the politicians, the patricians. Everything is set up in their system. So it's so easy to collapse individual systems into one global one. And the police has always been the enemy of the people. The way they're trained is you almost have to, they're trained to be narcissists, if you know what a narcissist is. Stories for other days. So I'm glad to see that, the police, even though the police dispersed the youth on Sunday, they returned on Monday. And they, one of the residents actually told Reuters that, they want to kill us. We don't want this center here. And, the police spokesperson tried to kind of justify their actions, the actions of the government. And he came out and he said that, there's been a lack of communication and it's more like a testing center for residents rather than a quarantine center. But it already shows you guys are spooked. Guys are like, we're not taking chances. People are protecting their communities. And that's what we have to do now, because the governments aren't going to the governments have opened the gates to the enemy. They have totally opened the gates. They have no power. They've sold their souls to the devil. So literally they can't protect us. And we saw that with the whole coronavirus, the fact that they didn't even have the power to close borders to some nations until after, when the global response became so big that they were like, okay, let's close our borders. But none of them, I've seen some of them coming out and speaking against what the WHO president, the racism that the chair or whoever, the CEO, whatever they call him, is facing. But have they even come to speak out against the Africans who are now sleeping on the streets in China? So who can we trust them when they tell us they're coming to build a testing center in our communities? Obviously not. And the governments have a long way to go in gaining the trust of their people. And if they don't have the trust of their people, they can't control them. So, those puppet masters are expecting you to keep people in control. Brutality won't work. We're a new breed of African. Until next time, fam.
This video right here, I'm going to attempt to show you 3 or 4 different type of black women. We just got through seeing Dr. Momami. She down for her people. The diaspora. Wherever we located, she down for us. Now this sister is a character in The Spook Was Set by the Door. But we do have sisters in Washington and other places that's down for the enemy. Let's check it out.
NORC ran an ethnic study with racial and religious breakdown, status group compensation, and socioeconomic balancing.
Yes, good. But am I winning or losing?
Losing, Senator.
Losing? But why? The computers had me ahead last December.
It checks out on both computers, plus the one we have as a safety valve backstopping cross-check. If the elections were held today, you would lose by 1.846 percentile.
1.846 percentile. Oh, yes. The computers don't lie.
Isn't there a possible breakthrough with any of the peer groups? How are we doing on the Jewish vote? The senator's solid with the Jews, Mrs. Hennington. The Negroes are the trouble spot.
Now we got the hustling sister, the street sisters, the hoes and the other chicks that make their money in the streets. But this brother here, he gonna enlighten her. Let's check how he do it.
You remind me of someone.
Oh, really?
Who? A queen.
Look, baby, all you got to do is give me my bread. You don't have to talk no trash.
No, really.
What kind of queen?
A queen from Dahomey.
Dahu? What the hell is Dahomey?
Dahomey was a great nation in Africa.
Africa?
No, really. I've got a book with a picture of you. Look just like her. I'll give you the book.
Sure.
No, you two could be twins, except that she wore her hair different.
How?
It's kind of like natural, the way it grew.
And now you got his girlfriend. She chasing that dollar, chasing position and status. She want to be middle class. Later on, she gonna turn him in to the cops. But let's check it out.
What would happen to the Cook County Department of Welfare if the starved caseworker missworked tomorrow?
Casework supervisor.
Okay, Miss Victor. What would happen?
You play hooky?
Yeah. I found a beautiful restaurant last week.
Ooh, do they have shark fin soup?
No, it's a West Indian restaurant.
Oh, shark fin soup with beans and rice, huh?
Yes.
Hope they stay open late.
They've all been eliminated except Freeman, sir.
You know if he takes any dope? Heroin, LSD, marijuana, pills?
No. You don't even smoke. You ain't no junkie, baby.
Now you see,
To boast? Brag about himself.
see how he done changed the sister out the hole? He changed, she got out that wig. She's dressing culture. She got her culture dress on, African garment on, and her hair's natural. The sisters in the street, they'll listen to a black consciousness quicker than your social workers or your college students.
Coming back to Washington anymore, Dad. I'm getting married.
The doctor or the lawyer?
The doctor.
He seems like a nice cat.
Sorry. But I'm not getting any younger.
And I'm not in your bag, right? I always knew it had to happen someday. It's
Dad, you gotta be kidding.
I am sure of it. We were talking and I just, for a minute, he was like he used to be.
Yeah. It was something else when he was in college. And that was before all this became fashionable.
He was defending those animals. And he caught himself. And he said all the right things, but it just wasn't him. It just wasn't the man I know.
This is where she busting on him to the cop.
This is what's been telling us.
Let's pause it right here. Let me explain to you what you're watching. Well, time is running out. I don't have time right now. So, on the next video, we're going to finish up on it. Black Light.